Hey guys, this is WarMachine 395 here with work in progress number 4 for the 5 group build project. I'll call it Project WarMachine still for now until I come up with a clever name of some sort. Or not so clever name, one or the other, whichever comes first. Alright, so I stripped it of weapons for now, just so I can show you what it looks like without the weapons right now. Okay, so I'll try and go over what I've done. It's actually quite a bit of progress by comparison with the last video, so that's kind of nice. Okay, so I've actually switched the lower arms left to right. So, alright, so I put the rifle mounted one over here, and the one that I've just taken out of the beam saber holder over here. Okay, so just to balance it out more, since the Gatling gun's on this side and the missile launcher's on that side, I decided to go asymmetrical with the shoulders, though I still bulked this one up to the same height just so it kind of match when you go this way. But the front side and back side are different on both. I still added the rectangular thruster to it, front and back. I can show you that there. So one here and one here. Okay, so same front and back. It's like on this one. It's a little inspired by the what is it? Build Fighters Gym Sniper K9, where it has the knife on the shoulder, right? And so I kind of decided to do that. My first attempt was the one I actually have on the back skirt. It's like a Tanto blade, so it has kind of squarish angles, no curve, more of a piercing weapon, I guess. So I thought that one was kind of nice, but it was too long to fit here. It kind of interfered with the missile rack a little bit. So my second attempt was the kind of a Bowie knife, a little bit shorter. The handle's a little shorter too, and it fits in the hand nicely. This is like a modified raw point blade. Okay, just like a Bowie knife. I think there was lots of discussion about Crocodile Dundee. You call that a knife? This is a real knife. Can't do the accent right, but you get the gist, right? So, got that done. It fits in the shoulder real nicely. I took both this part and the knife, it was a sword, from the Strike W IWSP pack, again, like the double barrel beam cannons that I mentioned last time. We'll get to those in a bit. I did use them, so I thought that'd be... Okay, so next on the body, I decided basically front skirts and back skirts. Let's slide the former bazooka off if I can. Woohoo! Didn't damage anything, I hope. Okay, so I started with the back skirt for some reason. No particular reason, I don't think. Basically, I'll pull this out. I added a bunch of thrusters, little tiny guys, to the back here, just kind of for detail's sake. A large rectangular one here, and then the sword, the sword hilt there, not the hilt, scabbard. Alright, and my modified Tanto blade fits in there nicely. Alright, then I went to the front skirt here. I put the large rectangular thruster in the middle, and then a couple little handlebars here, kind of in the groin area. Okay, so just filled in the gap where the V was. You know, you usually have them there in most Gundam waist sections for some reason. Anyway, filled in that, plow plated it up. Probably clean it up more later. You can still kind of see the seam where I fixed it up. Then front to back, I swapped the skirts. So the rear skirts are on the front, and the front skirts are on the back. Mostly because I wanted longer ones to the front and ones that wouldn't interfere with the knife as much on the back. Alright, so I filled in all the holes on the rear skirts that are now the front skirts with a plow plate, and then added these rivet panels here. Mostly wanted just a little bit of detail there, right? Nothing else besides that for the front skirts. And then on the back skirts, former front skirts, I added a few little thrusters over here, and that's about it. I wanted them to be able to move as much as possible. I should squeeze that back on again. Alright, so from there, I'll lift the skirts a little bit. Alright, and I'll show you the side skirts as well. Now these are former funnels. Sure you can recognize them when I'm holding them like this. I wanted longer side skirts, so I took the innards out of the old side skirts, polycap, and so they don't swing forward or back or anything, which is fine. And I cut up a funnel and glued that to the inside of them, and then used another thruster to fill the gap in the side of the funnel, right where they used to connect to the backpack. Alright, and then the upper leg is kind of a curious little bit. I decided to go with the front of the leg was two kind of plate panels, one on top of the other, and some rivets, just to make it look like it had a little more armor added onto it or something. And then just one more piece of plot plate here, just for detail. Not entirely sure why. Just kind of decided to do it. Let's see. I think I ground the separation between the two panels a little bit more. I think you can see it better. I should probably do more. Anyway, just so you could kind of see the separation between the armor a little bit better. That's a thing, I think. Okay, then I've only done a little bit of work so far, but the front of the lower leg. Alright, I've added more plot plate, trimmed it on the back here, so and then added more plot plate again. I'm going to do the same to the back, so it has a little bit more like armor separation down here. You can see a little inner frame and the die cast parts there. Filling all the gaps again in my handiwork. I'm sure there'll be more to it. I want it kind of sharper, angular, rather than the rounded legs the new has now, I think. I think that's what I'm going for. Okay. So, that's it without all the weapons hooked up. Alright, now there is one other thing that I was talking about the last week. Sorry, the last video. I was talking about using the IWSP beam cannons for something, so I decided I was going to kind of use them like this. Yeah, so I'm kind of pleased with this. So this is going to actually fit in this hand, and it has a nice stock on it and everything too, I think anyway. Now, it doesn't hold it the best, because it's a little heavier than the former new rifle, right? But I'm hoping, basically, because of its shape, I can catch it on stuff. Come on, hand. There we go. Well, it's about as good as it's going to get anyway with these hands, I think. So basically, the two barrels from the beam cannon, glued them side to side, cut off one scope, filled in that hole, plot plated top and bottom to clean it up a little bit, and then I added the new beam rifle's trigger here. I'm still kind of working on like a trigger guard kind of thing here, so it doesn't look like it's something that needs two hands for this, and it's a little bit inspired by Gundam X Divider, I think. And then it already looks kind of like what Gundam X Divider has from here, and then I decided I kind of wanted a scope to balance, sorry, not a scope, stock to balance it out a little bit more. So I added that on with a bit of pipe and one of the shield components from one of Kotobukiya's kits. Just stuff I had to line around. Anyway, so I do have the rest of its weaponry here still. I'll be adding it back on eventually again. I think it's easier to work on without it though, for now. What have I got for guns? Okay, so I'm at 4 guns so far. If I had another one, that'd be 5 for the group build, but I'm thinking decals right now would be 5. Or 5 color paint job, one or the other. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at the next work in progress, I think. That's it. Thank you.